You mentioned a couple of different formats that work particularly well. Social proof, results,
Yeah.
either on your own journey or your client's journey as well. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? What have you seen work really well? Is there some formats in particular that the audience would find helpful?
Yeah, definitely on the social proof side of things. A couple of things I've seen recently is doing a post on a Monday about all the clients who are getting amazing results with inside your fitness business, whether it's 3 people or whether it's 30 people, has been working well, kind of like a little weekly recap as such. Then you've obviously got, all the different testimonials you can do. Probably the two most powerful and easiest for you guys to implement would be a star story solution, which is where you write a story about your clients. You position them as the star. You say what their story was and the solution you gave them to help them achieve X result. And then obviously like little video testimonials and things like that do really well in stories, also in reels as well. You'll find often in your testimonial posts, you don't get the most engagement in comparison to connection-based posting and results in advance, but it's what helps move the needle forward very quickly within your sales cycle. So usually we recommend doing about 1 to 2 testimonial posts a week. And of course, if you guys are just starting out, just make yourself the testimonial. So you can always post about your own results and things like that.
Love that. Now, you mentioned two other posting formats that are very, very powerful at this stage. The first one was connection. So what is a connection post, or what is a connection piece of organic content, Jimmy?
Yeah, so with a lot of the terms in marketing is I believe people buy off people they like. So, as much as the audience wants to get a result, if you're more likable and relatable, it will help people move through that buyer cycle faster. So a couple of connection posts would essentially be where you're focusing on being vulnerable, right? And sharing your story so they know that either you are them or you have been your audience previously. It's where a lot of people in fitness businesses, whether it's online or face-to-face, do really well when they've had some type of radical transformation in their life, and they then help people achieve that result. So a good connection-based post or a couple of good frameworks that always work really well is why you became a personal trainer or a fitness coach. You could definitely do that every single month and repurpose it because you have new followers and new friends and they don't know your story. And also talking about like potential hardships that you've had in your life. Maybe you've gone on holidays and you put on 3 to 4 kilos like I do every holiday, and you can talk about that. Talking about little things about how you overcame injuries, why you fell in love with fitness, and you believe that strength training, 3 days per week is needed for everyone, and more just sharing your story and just being a little bit more vulnerable, or a good term to use is being relatable to the audience.
I love that. So really showcase your personality. One of the big things that I took away from a guy called Vince Del Monte is people don't buy coaching, they buy coaches. Similar
Yeah.
in the fitness space, very, very similar,
Well,
and they're going to resonate and
well,
connect with you.
well, it's all in the coaching space, right? So, even if they don't get to do coaching off you, if some bigger business owners are watching it, quite often you're the face of that brand. So every coach off the back of you is just a reflection of you anyway.
Absolutely love that. And so important to show that vulnerability, that authenticity, because in a competitive market, the differentiating factor is quite often yourself.
Yeah.
So love that you showcase the personality and emphasize that. Now, the other format you mentioned was results in advance. What's a results in advance style post?
Yeah, so this is a posting that moves your authority forward faster than any other post, I believe, where it's actually posting content that people can implement and get a result without paying you a cent. And a lot of the biggest organic influencers that you guys will watch on social media do this more than anyone else. So it's coming down to the ethos is the more value you give the world, the more revenue you get back within your business. But we always talk about a concept of actually making your social media accounts worth money. So, say if Dan paid you $150 every week to be your friend on Facebook, you would post some really valuable content. You would give away really good meal plans, really good training programs. You'd give all your best mindset stuff away. And so that way in your content is if you can give away the most value, you will get the most authority. And you've just got to know that the actual content that you post, even though I think my content is the world's best content and I love it, I know that you can go and find that on YouTube. You can find it in other people's podcasts. You can find it on Instagram. Actually, content is in abundance in this world. So you want to give away your best resources that people can help themselves with and change their life so that you get extreme authority. And an outcome would be is, say, for example, if you help people lose 5 kilos or more, that was our niche in our gyms, is if in my content, I could help Dan lose 5 kilos, if that was a goal with his, without ever paying me a cent, it means my content is really valuable. And we've just got to know that people pay for accountability. Even if you give your best stuff away, even you guys watching this video, there'll only be 3% of people that will take action off watching it, right? So what people will pay for is the accountability and the customization. So that's where you can freely just give away your absolute best content, just knowing that they can probably get it in Men's Health from a more established source anyway.
I absolutely love that. I love the abundance principle, because a lot of people will hold things close to their chest and they'll say, no, this is my IP, or these are my strategies and my clients pay for this and everything else. But the reality is, no, they don't pay for that. They pay for the accountability that comes with it.
Yeah, and we've just got to know where we're at in terms of fitness professionals. And I must say, I used to be there myself. I used to love a guy named Charles Poliquin. Do you remember Charles?
I do.
With a lot of his stuff, like for those who follow a fitness influencer, Charles Poliquin's blog, right, is probably worth about $4 million to someone who's willing to execute on it. So me giving out a basic meal plan when he's, was posting that stuff daily, just over and over, really world-class blogs. It's like, I'm not better than him. You're not better than people who are giving his stuff away for free, so they can get the resources. So you might as well give it away so you become the authority. Otherwise, they're just going to go to someone else who is giving away amazing stuff, and they're going to become the authority. Thus, they're going to get the sale.
Yeah, and I really like that frame that you presented. You've said it to me a few times, and it's been immensely helpful over the years, is make your social media, your free social media content so good that people would pay $50 a week, $100 a week. And so if you were to do an audit right now on your social media, would people pay for it? If they're not, then we need to lift the game, because organic marketing is not going to work for you.
And I really like a quote from a guy named Alex Hormozi, which was, make your free content better than their paid programs.
So good. So good.